Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 50 of this Let's Play Victoria 2. This is the Army with a State. We are Germany. In the last episode, right at the very end, the Entente Cordiale once again declared war on us, so we are now fighting against Russia, France, Britain, Spain, and Mongolia. Can't forget about Mongolia. We all know how the Mongols do in about 20 years' time, roughly. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the Mongolia Kaiser game. Anyway, we are basically going to be doing precisely what we were intending on doing, and just fortifying the hell out of our borders. So we have plenty of reserve troops back here. We have our frontline troops also ready to go, and we should be entrenched really quite heavily. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have you guys move up to there to support the Russian front, just in case. And I'm going to have you guys come down here. Actually, no, you're probably okay. We're going to move some of the bigger stacks kind of as a backup line to reinforce the French line over here, so that we can throw those troops into wherever they are needed. Now, tanks, what is your defensive value? It's only 10. You are much better on the attack. So I think what we will be doing is stripping the tanks out until we actually need to attack something, and then using the tanks that way, although we could just leave them in the tanks as kind of a bruiser. The other thing we need to do is mobilise, because we're going to need manpower for this one. This is basically World War One. You are seeing right now is World War One. So it will take us a little bit of time to get our morale and things back again. We are letting France invade us, because those territories, we can't hold them. They're just not part of our front line. We would need 2 more stacks here, and it's just less efficient. So, with that in mind, you are attacking me into Freiburg, so let's make sure that we have a good defensive commander here in Freiburg. Actually, a defense 2 is fine, as long as you're not getting any negatives. Just want to see if we have any better ones. No, I'm not seeing any. I mean, there probably is one that's already been given out. This is why I really wish you could just give me a table and put the units on the table and show me their stats, and then let me sort them by those stats. Okay, the Second Army in Munster has a defense of 3. And Manfred Brommy in Cleves. You know, I think Brommy would be better, so let's grab you and put you in here. Brommy. And when you attack him, we should have a massive dig-in bonus. We don't have any dig-in bonus. What the actual hell? We were here specifically to get this dig-in bonus, and they are still using gas. What? How are they ignoring my dig-in? Oh, now it's appearing. That's weird. Oh, shit. Okay, they managed to attack me before I was able to react, so we may not have the best general here. Oh, he's still a defense 2. He's fine. And you're about to be hit. You are a defense nothing. So we definitely want a better defender here. It looks like the French are just going for an all-out assault on us. And they are entirely allowed to do that. Oh, come on, there must be some defenders. Cordoman there has some. Nothing particularly useful. Right, let's go through these again. Like you in Cologne are probably a better candidate. Cologne, where are you? There you are. So we are losing a little bit of prestige while we do this, but it's fine. Franz von Oldenburg, you're going to be fortifying here. We're not at full maintenance, but neither are they. Let's move you up a little bit closer, just so we have you in reserve in case we need you. I'm fairly confident of throwing them back from all of these locations, but we have got more than enough troops to throw into the front should we need to. Actually, we're taking heavy losses here. So I think we're going to throw you guys in. Yeah, you are fine. Let's move you over to there. I'm a little bit more reluctant to throw these guys in because they're mostly tanks. They're not actually going to bolster our defences very heavily. USA declared war. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pause. Because I've just noticed, where is our unit that was here? That would have been bad. And you are losing heavily, so we're going to throw half of our units in there. How about the half that doesn't have all the tanks? Just a thought. Stop moving them around. Okay, that should be bolstered. You two are fine. You have plenty of troops there now. Okay. Now the other thing I want to do is get the navy out and see if we can do a bit of fun with that. Especially if we can knock out the English before they can actually get in close to us. So we're going to stay in port in order to get some more morale going. And they're definitely beating us on the morale front because we had our morale lowered a little bit. And Luxembourg, where is Luxembourg? Oh, here. Oh, it was probably... Okay, it was probably mobilized troops moving in. Okay, so I think that you two are going to be needed over on this front, so we'll bring you over here, just so we have you as backups and in position. We are losing loads of troops here. It's because of the fucking gas. Can we please find a way of beating it? Like, you know, things that you could maybe put in front of your mouth and nose, maybe? I don't know. Is that possible? Okay, so we won a crushing victory here in Freiburg, so it was definitely good bringing in Brommy. And we did 76,000 casualties and lost 16,000. That's a 13 war score. So we're definitely going to be winning this war through war score. Karlsruhe, likewise, another great victory for us. I'm kind of waiting for them just to throw everything into one place, because I've definitely seen battles where it's like 1,000,000 versus 1,000,000 in just one or two provinces. I need to keep an eye on the Russian front, especially the northern Russian front. We know that these guys can hold. We've put a lot of engineers down there, but up here, I'm a little bit more concerned, just because of the numbers that Russia can throw at us. And we are not actually at war with the Netherlands or Belgium, though it doesn't look like they're... Oh no, the British are going through those territories. Okay, you have attacked me here. You are definitely outgunned right now, so we'll send in our reinforcements there. Then I might actually have you guys go and attack the British and try and throw them back a bit. It is now 105. We are taking more losses. I have a feeling it's because we just don't have enough infantry here. No, we have loads of infantry. Alright, never mind. Stanislav. That's another of the one-man army pieces. That's fine. Okay, you are taking a lot of casualties, so let's go and beef you up a bit. There we go, that's looking a lot healthier. And this really will just be like reinforcing the line whenever we see troops coming in large numbers. So let's group you guys together, move you up to Wiesbaden, because most of the fights are going to be on this front. I think I'm going to have to throw you into this front because the British are coming in as well. And we're just going to need more and more men here. Let's bring you down just in case. Because yeah, here we go. This is probably the first big battle of this war. Let's go and reinforce it. So it's now 191,000 versus 102,000. We have got lots of stuff. Fucking gas though. God damn it. Can we please find a way of beating that? Oh, and here another French major attack into Freiburg. But we do have reinforcements awaiting waiting to go in. Let's go and group you guys together and free up some of our better generals while we wait. And their reinforcements will come in. We now outnumber the others over there. And you're still getting some organisation in. That's fine. Is that another dreadnought? I think that might have been. Okay, so this fleet is looking really quite deadly. I'm still waiting for their organisation to increase, and then we can go after the Royal Navy and really block the British from sending in additional reinforcements, which would be very nice. Meanwhile, in Russia, nothing really happening. They're taking this section, which is fine. I'd given that up already. We could not have held it. Alright, let's send in some more troops over this way, because there is a large stack here. As soon as that's fallen, they'll be throwing them in somewhere. And then I'm going to split you in half and back half of you out. Unless you're a defender guy. You are. Let's switch those two around. Okay, they are taking more and more stuff. They're throwing more troops into this front. So let's bring you guys down to here, where we can throw you into there. We are now losing troops, or they're bringing more and more men in over there. So let's go and send in some more of our own reinforcements. Like I said, this is going to become a real meat grinder. This one might do too, although we now quite significantly outnumber them in Freiburg. Now the trick in wars in this era is to not throw in too many troops into just one or two locations, because you will need those troops elsewhere. Battles take a long time, and over investing yourself into one or two areas is very, very dangerous. So that's why I'm kind of doing this piece by piece as we need to fill in the reinforcements. The other thing you can do is look at the organization of your army. So these guys right here, we can pull them out. Although you have a very, very good commander, but he's an attack commander, so we're going to just pull them out. And that means we can pull them out, they'll recover their units, reinforcements over time, and then once they're reinforced, we throw them back in. While they're in a battle, they do not reinforce. So that is something that you do need to do, is just constant recycling of troops. And just keeping an eye, basically, on how everything is going. Strategic doctrine. Strategic destruction called for the air power to focus on the bombing of enemy cities and factories in order to not only destroy the enemy's ability to produce the weaponry of war, but also to break the will of the enemy populace, thus leading to increased pressure on the enemy government to surrender. Aeroplanes, more organisation, more reconnaissance. That means you take forts a lot quicker with aircraft. Military aviation. Now here we go, allows construction of aeroplanes. Military aviation is the use of aircraft and other flying machines for the purposes of conducting or enabling warfare. Heavier than air aircraft were recognised as having military applications early on. A Wright Model A was purchased in 1909 by the US Army Signal Corps. In 1911, the Italians used a variety of aircraft types in reconnaissance, photo reconnaissance and bombing rules as part of the Italo-Turkish War. World War I saw military aviation rapidly embrace many specialised types, such as scouts, artillery observers, fighters or bombers. And now that we can actually build aircraft, we're going to go and do that, because we have a super modern army. We'll just go for one in each of these locations, I think. Because for some reason I can't just click on that. I don't want too many of them. Okay, we'll go for one of these as well. That'll do. Because they're not amazing for that. I think I'm also going to just get a bunch more engineers, because I've learnt to really, really rate engineers. Engineers are super useful. And that's going to be all of them in production. Okay, so we are again outnumbered here, so let's go and throw in some more troops. We are winning this fight really quite comfortably. We are fighting the American fleet, and we should beat them. I'll check that out in a moment. The Russians have not yet attacked us. And because Poland is our satellite, we shouldn't see any enemies coming through. Likewise with Sweden. That's part of the reason I have those two in our sphere. Okay, Battle of Helgoland Bight. We should win this one easily just because we've massively outgunned them and they have a couple of transports here, which we don't. I'm a little bit concerned about them bringing in the British, but not hugely, honestly. I'd be somewhat surprised if we even lose a ship. They're losing quite a few already. Okay, so they have attacked here. You guys... Let's bring you down here as reinforcements in case we need them. This place might do. You probably will. You definitely will. Now, we rescued a couple of the tanks, and we're going to need to oust the Americans from that spot, so let's move you up there. Also, let's have a look in this. Let's pull you guys out, and let's pull you guys out. And then those can recover manpower. And then the other thing I want to do is pull out one of the units that has lots of tanks, and use them to crush the Americans. Actually, what we can do is just merge all of you together, and that is now a lot of tanks. There we go. That is perfect. Let's go and crush them, and then we'll go and send some reinforcements over here. You should be able to hold until we arrive. This is defeating the American Navy. Boom, 3.9 war score. Let's go and repair so that we are ready to take on the British in due course. Oh, and the French. Of course, there's the French Navy too. Alright, so big battle going on here. They have dug in because we attacked them a bit late, but we have loads of tanks, so we should just be able to crush through them. Battle of Freiburg, 42 war score from that one. That is incredible. We killed 231,000 Frenchmen. We lost 30,000. That is an amazing... that is a really good result. Even with sodding gas. Okay, so you guys can hold steady. I'm going to pull you guys back so you can recover a bit of manpower. And the Battle of Oldenburg, we have won, so we've kicked the Americans out. Xinjiang has gone bankrupt and claims they owe us nothing. We must use our military might to safeguard our investments. Alright, so Did those troops ever arrive? No. Let's go and throw you guys in. And we're going to send you back down here to the... actually, no. We'll leave you here just in case. We need to add some more backup to that battle. We could do with backing that one up. And we've done a very good job, actually, in backing these up. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to back you off to go and reinforce. And also so we're not taking attrition. Let's move you back into here. And then you are backing off to reinforce. That's fine. We have another 36,000 men, which will bring up to Siegen. And we can send them in wherever they're needed. Okay, so now we've bolstered that force up. That is good. This is now 306 against 135. So they're trying to push through very hard over there. I really need to get my navy reinforced and rebuilt so that we can go and do some interception against the British coming across. Because they're going to keep on reinforcing. That's one thing that we didn't really manage to do last time. Is that a Russian army behind me? It is. Oh, the Austrians are giving them access. Or else he sailed in over there? I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. I think actually I might go and grab the tanks and just bring you down to here. You should be fine. You are going to need reinforcements. Let's throw you guys in. And you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, we're good. We're good. I'm definitely going to need more troops here, and possibly over here. Ambassador insulted. Our ambassador to one of the great powers has telegraphed home, expressing his frustration with the response, or rather lack of it, that he received while trying to settle a bilateral extradition treaty with the country in question. So this is with the USA, so we can get a humiliate CB on the USA. Do it. Not that I think we can actually use it. Right. We are losing money. So I think taxes are going to have to come up again to 40%. Sorry, guys. And, in fact, you can pay. This is when the capitalists have to repay the nation for all the goodness that we've given them over the years. Increase opinion in Egypt. Please do. We're now friendly. Excellent. Keep on fighting right. We really need to send in some reinforcements up there. 125 men. That will do it. And you're attacking there, but not really insufficient force to concern me. We're winning here quite easily. You guys, I think we're going to bring up to Mainz just in case we need you there. And they've banned us. We've lost the occupation of Stanislav. That's fine. I think we're going to just bring more troops up here because they're clearly trying to assault into this province really quite heavily right now. I think you'll be able to hold okay. Upper House rearranged. More socialists, conservatives and fascists, less liberals. Hyperinflation. For many nations, the socio-economic strains caused by involvement in wars with other industrial nations resulted in huge deficits that made it impossible to return immediately to the gold standard. Some nations, facing new demands upon their incomes as a result of new social obligations to those involved in the recent wars or obligations for being in the losing side of wars, found the demands too great. Had sought to resolve their problems by expanding the amount of currency in circulation. With nothing to guarantee the value of the currency, the result would be to rapidly depreciate the value of the currency relative to the other currencies or materials such as gold. The social impact of such government policies were dramatic, especially for those who had lived on limited or fixed incomes or those who had investments denominated in the rapidly depreciating currency. To many, the willingness of the state to engage in such activity and the market reaction to such activities would lead to a search for alternative ideologies to restore order and stability in society. So factory cost has gone up and consciousness has gone up. That's not good for us because that's going to be putting more of a burden on our capitalists. So I'm rather hoping that before war broke out, we were already building lots and lots of stuff, and we are. And also closing down the factories that are just not making money because market economics. That is a lot of unemployed people here in Rhineland, though. And a lot of capacity. Why aren't you hiring? I don't know. Battle of Lingen. That's another one we've won. Excellent. Keep an eye on you. You're fine. We could definitely do with throwing in some more troops here, so let's go and reinforce. You're fine. You're, I think, okay. Could potentially do with a couple more troops here. Let's throw them in. And that's the other thing I should keep an eye on, is how much artillery we're using. 37,000 to their 26. And lots of infantry. And here, 29,000 to their 12,000. See, the AI doesn't tend to use artillery very much, which is a huge mistake, because artillery is amazing in this timeline. this time period. And the Russians are not attacking. I wonder if they can't attack from a neutral nation or something. Because the Russians are just not trying to attack me, which I very much appreciate. Although I do have a 110,000 man army sitting here with lots and lots of tanks just going, bring it! Bring it! Right, you guys make your way up to here. And we should win that fight easily enough. This one I'm a little bit concerned about, so I might throw in a couple more troops. Yeah, I think I will. It's actually kind of a good thing having these split up forces, because it means you can spit out units more easily. And here we go! We have become the modern divisional structure. Our combat width has increased, and our units are now modern military. Well, interwar military. So Great War experience means more morale and more tactics. That's probably the one that we want next. Having tanks and armour doing more would be nice, but it's not absolutely vital. So yeah, Great War experience, military tactics plus 25% would be extremely useful. The talkies. The development of the cinema in the late 19th and early 20th century would result in the creation of a new mass cultural activity that soon became one of the hallmarks of the era. The power and influence of the cinema would be further enhanced in the 1920s. Technological improvements allowed for the ability of sounds to be synchronized with the moving images, so that not only the visual representation of a scene could be represented on screen, but its oral component as well. The Jazz Singer, released in the United States in 1927, was the first sound motion picture, and within half a decade, the silent movie had become a relic of the past, and a new, powerful medium had entered the public sphere, forever changing not only popular culture, but the nature of politics and international relations as well. Okay, we got some more prestige. We are still first in everything, and our army is finally over 1,000 strong. Huzzah! Ooh, Britain and the United States are very close. The United States might actually overtake Britain, depending on how much damage we can do to them. Speaking of damage, I think we are now ready to do this. Crush the French Navy. I'm going to slow this down slightly so I can keep a better eye. You guys could do with some reinforcements. You're fine. You could definitely do with reinforcements. You're fine. See, this is what I mean by overcommitting. We have probably overcommitted to that position. Let's grab you lot, but not you. And throw you in here because... No. Because they are clearly throwing a lot of troops into that fight. Alright, our 32 ships. Let's actually see if they're using any dreadnoughts yet. Cruiser. Oh wait, those are mine. Steam transport. Cruiser. Battleship. Cruiser. Battleship. Nope. We are the only ones with dreadnoughts in this fight. I mean, they might try and send in some more. Maybe. And we're losing money again. We still haven't taken out 100,000, and we have 23 million that we can take. So I'm not too concerned about that. Alright, they are committing a lot of troops to that position. We are actually winning the morale fight here right now. Okay, you just... Oh, I see, you're a unit that's just been raised from under the fighting. I was like, how have you just retreated without my doing anything? It's fucking gas, man. How have we not got the defense against this yet? I'm sure we must have been one of the first nations to have developed gas warfare. Oh crap, they've almost broken through here, so let's hurriedly bring in some reinforcements. And also bring you guys over to here to Wiesbaden, just in case. Keeping an eye on the morale. This one's looking a little bit sketchy. But everywhere else is looking pretty good. Battle of the Straits of Dover has been victorious. Excellent. We'll crush their navy before they can escape. No. Now this is when I really wish there was a patrol feature. Actually no, I should just go all the way around. Just keep doing this. And we're going to try and stop British reinforcements coming in. In fact, if I can sink their transport fleet, that would just be better. We'll need to keep half an eye on them, but I'm fairly sure that my fleet is stronger than that of the British at this point. Let's send you guys forwards to Siegen. Now our mobilisation is really ratcheting up, and this is when you'll see the superior German population coming through. Could do with some reinforcements there. We've done a huge amount of damage here. Still a little bit sketchy, and they've opened up another front. Let's have you guys coming in over here. And yes, we're going to need some more troops up there. Let's throw you in. And there we go, the British Navy. Are you the transports? You are not the transports. You are the heavy ship fleet. Those are all battleships. Battleships versus dreadnoughts with escort support. You're not going to do well in that fight. And the Russians have still not made any offensive moves against us. Right, let's bring you in to reinforce there. Let's bring you guys to reinforce here. And you to reinforce here. Good. This is a fight we should win very easily. They don't even have an admiral. Naughty, naughty Britain. Fighting without admirals. Alfred von Bismarck-Bohlen is dead. Oh no! Right, how are we doing on these fronts? We are looking pretty solid on all of them. I mean, we're raising the numbers to really combat them. Oh, we have 90,000 men here. Most of you tanks. Let's bring you up as well. In fact, let's bring you... No, keep driving. Drive behind the lines, damn it. And only enter the war where I want you to enter, which is there. Much better. No other British fleets coming out. Okay. Anyway, I think with that we're going to end this episode, so thank you very much for watching. If you are enjoying this series, then please do hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, then do consider subscribing, and if you have any tips or advice for me, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.